It's your ray of sunshine in the afternoon time. So, you guys, I think I am about to introduce a new series, okay? Because I realize that social media is perpetuating the struggle matrix, right? And certain things that I see on social media, they really make me like, right? I have really strong feelings and emotions about them. But I realize that I am here to enlighten a collective of people who will recognize my voice and be able to be encouraged by the things that I speak, right? I'm not sent here for everybody, but I am sent to a select group of people to help them raise their consciousness, help you to just look at life from a higher perspective, right? Break out of the struggle matrix, if you will. So I'm QueenTv. I'm QueenTv After Dark. I'm Life as a Love Goddess. I'm Life as a Laidback Mom. I'm your ray of sunshine in the afternoon time. I'm your hood therapist, your crystal healer and dealer, and your past life princess. Hey, y'all. So this is going to be short and sweet. I don't know. I'll probably make it like a little afternoon series or something like that. But I wanted to talk about this meme, right? And I see lots of memes, but I try to have a very, very, very healthy balance with social media, right? So I'm on social media, but I don't engage a lot, and I try to shield myself from a lot of the things that are on social media because I realize that they are low vibrational, and a lot of the things that I see that people pass around and like they agree with and all of this kind of stuff, like it's a really unhealthy dynamic of how it is that people view things and the things that people choose to accept in their relationships and just life, right? I don't know if this is all going to be based on relationships or what. I don't know. We want to see, okay? So, this topic is sparked by a meme that I seen that said, when I love somebody, I will forgive them until I hate them, right? So, I want to talk to y'all about that, right? Because then underneath, like on the same meme, like, and somebody was like, that's deep, right? Or I realized that a lot of times people post memes and people will be like, yeah, like I felt that. And that's fine. Like, I'm not judging anybody, you know, for the things that you agree to or what things speak to you, right? But I want to help us kind of like see things from a higher perspective, right? Because when we go through things and we go through situations, there is a way that we process through the situation, right? Mentally, emotionally, we process through situations a certain way. Now, there's a higher vibrational way of being able to process it, or a higher perspective that you can take on the subject matter, or you can process it through a lower vibration, right? So, as it relates to the meme that talked about when I love someone, I will forgive them until I hate them, okay? Right? So, the thing is this. What's more high vibrational, right? So, anger and hate are low vibrational. They are very low on the emotional guidance scale, right? And to be able to forgive someone and walk away as an act of self-love, that is processing the situation on a higher vibration, right? Guys, see the difference, right? Because our emotions, they have a range, right? So there's low vibrational emotions, and then there are high vibrational emotions, right? And as a day and age of, you know, we talk about being positive and high vibe and all of that kind of stuff, but in order to truly be a high vibrational being, you do truly have to live your life a certain way. You got to eat certain foods, you got to work out, you got to always continuously be putting yourself in a equilibrium of balance, right? You got to be able to process your emotions in a healthy way and through a healthy vein, right? And oftentimes a lot of us, like, we weren't raised to just look at things in a certain perspective. But as we begin to awaken and we begin to ascend spiritually, we have to take on a different perspective on how we look at things. So one perspective that I gained that was very important at the beginning of my spiritual awakening is the perspective of allowing people to be who it is that they are, right? Accepting people for who they are and not necessarily villainizing them or creating a hate for them, right? Because at certain points in our lives, in order for us to be able to detach from someone or detach from a situation, we had to create a disdain, right? We had to create a disdain, some form of anger, some form of hate, right? In order to be able to detach. But as we spiritually ascend, we realize that we can detach from situations because it doesn't serve our highest good, right? And that is a more high vibrational way of making decisions, right? So I'm walking away not because I hate you, but because the things that you do don't align with my highest good, right? And that is what I kind of want to remind us and sprinkle into our consciousness, because, and you guys can let me know, I can use examples from my own life. Drop me a comment. Let me know if you want to hear examples from my own life, or if you just want me to present the information, right? So the reason why that particular meme on that particular day spoke to me is because I have been in situations where I have really cared about people, cared about a person, held a person in a high level of regard because of the things that they may have shown me, right? And then things started to change, right? Things may have started to shift. I may not, necessarily agree with their behaviors, the things that they say, things like that, right? So they began to no longer serve my highest good, right? The situation or the relationship was no longer emotionally edifying for me, right? And when we come into certain levels of self-love, we will no longer feel guilty, feel bad about making choices that serve our highest good, right? And highest good meaning, do I feel happy? Is the situation serving me? Is it putting me in a good space? Or is it making me feel angry, frustrated, isolated, rejected, what else? Put me at a disadvantage financially, things of that nature, right? So in those situations, we have to be tapped into self enough to realize that, like, okay, these certain things don't really agree with me morally, right? They don't necessarily, they're not on the same page with us morally, right? They don't give the same way that we give in a relationship. Like, we show up in the relationship this way and they show up in the relationship a totally different way, which is okay. And we talked about having balance, but at the end of the day, are you putting in more than you're getting back? Is the relationship building you up, or is it tearing you down, right? And we have to be able to distinguish that. And when we recognize that, we don't necessarily have to hate a person, or we don't have to forgive a person till we hate them. If a person does you wrong, you can forgive that person and move on, right? It's more high vibrational to move on from the situation because it leaves you in a state of feeling empowered. It leaves you in a state of feeling confident in yourself, right? Because you chose yourself first, right? Versus feeling an obligation to continue to stay in a situation that isn't making you feel good, right? So I just want to remind us that we have to choose self-love over struggle love. And I think that's going to be the name of the series. Say yes to self-love and no to struggle love, right? Because social media society, we really perpetuate this struggle love, this struggle matrix, and we really have to break out of the matrix. And breaking out of the matrix has a lot to do with our mindset and how it is that we process and go through situations, the decisions that we choose and we make, right? So the decision that we should be making is that if the situation no longer serves me, whether I forgive this person or not, because forgiveness is for you, is not for the person, right? Because to harbor unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die, right? So I forgive you because it allows me to have a healed, healthy heart space, right? I forgive you because I choose not to shut down my heart space. I choose not to shut down and look at the world as if everyone is out to get me and things of that nature. A lot of times what we do is we have these unconscious self-fulfilling prophecies that we're always fulfilling. And that's how we end up in toxic relationships or relationships that don't serve us, because in our mind, we feel like relationships are right? And if I continue to get in relationships that are I get to continue to validate my self-fulfilling prophecy of whatever it is that I feel that relationships are, right? And if the things that I feel that relationships are is something negative, I'm not doing anything for my growth whenever I continue to stay in a relationship that is having a repetitive cycle. Like, does it look like something that I've been through before, right? Because we've all been through toxic relationships. We've all been in unhealthy situations, but we have to be able to be empowered enough to move away from those things that aren't good for us, right? We're not drinking poison expecting the other person to die, forgiving them over and over again to the point that we hate them. Because what that means is I continue to forgive you. I continue to allow you to be around me, experience me, and things of that nature. And then you continue to show me how much you don't appreciate me, how much you don't really wish to change your behavior and be something different in order to meet me where it is that I am, right? So in that instance, I have to separate myself from the situation. And if the situation or if the person started off as a good person, doesn't it feel better to, and isn't it healthier to recognize that person for the good in them, right? But also realizing that there's some negative traits within them that don't necessarily agree with you and who it is that you are. And in that sense, you can choose, I choose not to villainate this person. I choose not to hate this person. I choose to love this person for the good attributes that they have shown me. But now that things are not as healthy and vibrant, right, as they originally were, or whatever it is that was going on that caused me to enter into the relationship or the situation in the first place, if those things are no longer present, then I no longer am present, right? And then I can walk away from the relationship and I don't hate you, but instead I can celebrate the good things about you and the good things about the situation, right? And I don't have to carry that hate, right? So that is what I wanted to sprinkle into your consciousness today, y'all. We about to get into it. We about to get into it. We choosing self-love over struggle love every day, right? Every single day. And I am here to help you guys break out of this struggle matrix, right? Have balance. Have really good balance between your regular life, your 3D life, your spiritual life, and social media and things like that, right? Because junk in, junk out. So if we're only looking at things that perpetuate toxicity, then we will continue to view the world as if that is how it is, and it's just not. Social media is not real life, okay? So yeah, you guys, I love you guys so much. I will be back. I will be back with another lunchtime series. All right. So this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to drop me a comment. Let me know if you just want me to present the information, or if you want me to use examples from my own personal life as to how it is that I got to be able to view things in this particular way. Okay. And I want you to tell me about a situation where, yo, like, I stayed in this shit until, like, I hated this person, right? And how you may have changed that and how you do things differently now, okay? Remember, I love you. Peace.